Okay, let's switch over to this. I don't know if anyone's here. I don't think anyone is. Doesn't look like it, but whatever. I just need something to hold me to account while editing. Hello to anyone who is here. I appreciate the company, but if not, oh hey Tim, how you doing? Pleased to know that I'm editing the Monkey Island 2 video. You don't exist. Oh, that's okay. You're all in my head. That's fine. I don't mind. What I'm going to be mostly doing right now is pretty much just chopping up these voice lines and choosing the right takes for this video. It's not going to be very interesting, but maybe you guys will get something out of it. I don't know. Let me switch over to this. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers for the Monkey Island 2 video. If you don't want to be spoiled at any of the jokes or stuff in the video, then, you know, yeah. That sort of thing. So this is the next thing we need to do. Not sure how this works. Yeah, but you know, if you guys are here, then I'm not like looking at my phone and scrolling through Twitter instead of editing. Wow, script. Yep. This is oh, it's 53 pages. When did it get to 53? I must have like bumped something down slightly. Oh yeah, there's like I bumped one paragraph, well, 2.5 lines down. But otherwise, it's 52 and a tiny bit pages. This is 53. It's a lot. I haven't recorded the live action stuff yet. I'm planning to do that this weekend. But for now, I just want to start. It's about an hour. It's not. It's more than that. Because if you were to look at my Secret Monkey Island video, that one, Secret Monkey Island was how many? I think about 40 pages. So this one's about 10 pages more. And there's a cat here. Oh my goodness. When did you get here? When did you get here? Cat, everybody. I don't know. I didn't even know she was in the room. She must have been hiding under the bed. She likes to do that. Either way, we need to go from here. Yeah, just stuff talking about Woodtick and iMuse. Good stuff. That's always important. Woodtick is a collection of flotsam and broken ships which has been turned into a settlement. That's a pretty good take. I don't think I did any other ones. It's a really memorable area and probably one of my favourites of the series. It looks great. Cool. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to... Here there's a bar, an inn, a laundromat, a cartographer and a carpenter. What are you doing? You got a hairball. Please don't do it on my lap. Cats, everybody. Cat has hairball. Or at least she might have one. She quite often does this thing where it's like, do I have a hairball? And then she realizes she doesn't. So no, but we're not getting distracted. Okay, baby. I think she's figured she can't get it up right now. Laundromat, a cartographer, and a carpenter. That sounds fine to me. Here, there's a bar, an inn, a laundromat, I did an alternate take here. Here, there's a bar, an inn, a laundromat, a cartographer, and a carpenter. I think that first one's fine, and it's a bit quicker as well. Here, there's a bar, an inn, a laundromat, a cartographer, and a carpenter. Yeah, I think the first one's fine. And this is the perfect time for me to introduce yet another LucasArts system. Oh yes, iMuse. We talked about Scum in Monkey Island 1 and Insane when we were discussing Outlaws. We talked about Scum in Monkey Island 1 and Insane when we discussed Outlaws. I actually think that second take's better. Alright. But now get ready for iMuse.
iMuse. But now get ready for iMuse. But now get ready for iMuse.
I don't know which one's better of the two of them.
But now get ready for iMuse. But now get ready for iMuse.
I think I like the second one more. Actually, let's see.
Fun and insane when we discussed Outlaws. Fun and insane when we discussed Outlaws. But now get ready for iMuse.
Yeah, I think that flows quite well.
iMuse stands for Interactive Music Streaming Engine.
Oh, cat wants to be out. Okay. Go on. Right. I'm just gonna see how much of this, how much of all this voiceover I can get through today and cut up. Because there's a lot. There's about this much of it, you know. So let me just. Hold on.
iMuse stands for Interactive Music Streaming Engine.
We just cut that first, and then. So that's 1 hour, 39 minutes and 9 seconds, and then the end of it is 3 hours, 53 minutes and 44 seconds. So it's over. This is over 2 hours of voiceover. I have to find the right takes for. Video editing is a long process.
What this engine allows for is for different versions of a song to organically merge into one another.
Okay.
What this engine allows for is for different song. What this engine allows for is for different
You better hear all the flubs as well.
versions of a song to organically merge into one another.
I think that second one might be better.
What this engine allows for is for different versions of a song to organically merge into one another.
It's the when I say one another, I feel like I fumble that a bit.
What this engine allows for is for different versions of a song to organically merge into one another.
But I don't like the second one as much. Okay, let me.
Organically merge into one another. Organically merge into one another.
I don't actually think that's that bad.
What this engine allows for is for different versions of a song to organically merge into one another.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one.
Woodtick is one of the best examples of this. As there's a unique version of the call Woodtick melody for each little area. What this means is you can move from the main hub with the basic theme into the carpenter's shop, and the basic instruments will shift to have woodworking sounds in the background.
Done with MIDI, of course.
And put its own spin on the melody.
Yeah. I think that's an improv line that I added in. Just to kind of strengthen it a bit. Yeah, I did. And then we'd have an example of the shift. And then the system is present throughout the whole game. Alright.
This system is present throughout the whole game, and it's a really nice detail.
Cool.
Background music doesn't just cut out abruptly between area changes. It shifts smoothly with a Background music doesn't just cut out abruptly between area changes.
Sometimes it's good to just split up sentences into the sort of constituent phrases.
It shifts smoothly with a little flourish. I love it.
Okay. And that's that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this all together and get the flow right on this little segment.
Just cut out abruptly between area changes.
Hold on. So these three go together. And then this goes up to here. This goes up to here. If I find my mind beginning to flag, by the way, I might take a break and play a game for a bit and then come back to this. I don't know. I think I'm going to try streaming editing more just to kind of keep me on task a bit. Because I just find it helps. It just helps if I, you know, have people watching me to make sure I'm actually doing my work. Hey, Mr. Weapon Marks.
Woodtick is a collection of flotsam and broken ships which has been turned into a settlement. It's a really...
Okay.
Settlement. It's a really... Settlement. It's a really memorable area... And into a settlement. It's a really memorable area... Which has been turned into a settlement. It's a really memorable area and probably one of my favourites of the series. It looks great. Here, there's a bar, an inn, a laundromat, a cartographer, and a carpenter. And this is the perfect time for me to introduce yet another LucasArts system.
Finally managed to catch one of my streams. Well, I haven't been doing too many recently, to be fair. I'm going to try and fix that by maybe doing more video editing streams just as and when. Maybe it'll work out. But welcome to the Scarf Empire. Yeah.
We talked about Scum in Monkey Island 1 and Art System. We talked about Scum in Monkey Island 1 and Insane when we discussed Outlaws.
I'm not even done with like talking about all the LucasArts engines yet. I've got like Scum, Insane, iMuse, and then for Grim Fandango and Escape from Monkey Island, there'll be Grime or Grim Engine. And then Jedi and Sith for the Dark Forces series. Oh boy, it's gonna be interesting. Looking forward to bringing all those up too.
But now, get ready for iMuse. Discussed Outlaws. But now, Island 1 and Insane when we discussed Outlaws. But now, get ready. Discussed Outlaws. But now, get ready for iMuse. iMuse stands for iMuse stands for Interactive Music Streaming Engine.
Realizing you watched your videos since you were 13. That was, yeah, that 2013 was 7 years ago. Yeah, 7 years ago when we did that. Why can't I be a naive teenager again? You know what? I wish. I say that, but I mean, when I was a teenager, that I was doing those collabs. I made that collab with Caddy when I was 15? No, 16. I was 16. So.
Engine. What this engine allows for streaming engine. What this engine streaming engine. What this engine allows for engine. What this engine allows for is for different versions of a song to organically merge into one another.
Still not sure about the ending, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Woodtick is one of the best examples of this. As
oh yeah, yeah. You were introduced to me through Weird, and obviously, yeah. Obviously, I've gotten around a bit. I've done videos and streamed with all sorts of people. And Caddy's one of them. So
what this means is you can area. What this means is you can move from the main hub with the basic theme into the carpenter's shop, and the
okay, yeah, there's a bit of a gap there where I catch my breath, but I can just
into the carpenter's shop, and the basic instruments will shift to have woodworking sounds in the background and put its own spin on the melody.
I don't think we need this. It's not in the script. It's just an extra bit of improv.
In the background.
But it does put its own. You know what? I'm gonna put it in.
Background and put its own spin on the melody. In the background and put its own spin on the melody.
Okay, so now we need to get a clip of Guybrush moving into the woodworking shop. It should be around here somewhere. Hey, Harper Onions. I think I leave some room to listen to it. Here we go. Play it. Yeah. I love the iMuse system in this game. It's great. Alright. How long should we go take this on for then? Should probably turn up the volume slightly. Not a lot though, maybe just like about that much.
Its own spin on the melody.
Okay. And then, yeah. And I can just like drag this along.
Detail. Background music doesn't just cut out abruptly between area changes. It shifts detail. Background music doesn't just cut out abruptly between area changes. It shifts smoothly with a little flourish. I love it.
Alright, and then I can just, what I can do is that. Oh, I'll want to, wait, hold on. Unnormalize this bit, because otherwise it'll be horrifically loud.
This system is present throughout the whole.
Ooh.
This system is.
That's not. Alright, here we go.
This system is present throughout the whole game, and it's a really nice detail. Background music doesn't just cut out abruptly between area changes. It shifts smoothly with a little flourish. Area changes. It shifts smoothly with a little flourish. I love it. And the basic instruments will shift to have woodworking sounds in the background, and put its own spin on.
I'm actually going to squish this along here as well. And that should be this edit pretty much done. I can just pretty much use this clip from here to here as the example. But that's this segment here, pretty much. And I can just grab the whole thing. Make sure I grab any stragglers as well. And then, like I said, I haven't got the live action stuff yet, but I can just, you know, build a basic frame. These gaps are where all the live action stuff are going to go and that sort of thing. How does it feel to listen to yourself on the editing? Because I've done it so many times now, it doesn't really register with me. I know at first you're like, oh god, I hate my voice. I think that's a universal experience. But, you know, I've done so much video editing, made so many videos and in different forms. It's like I doesn't even register as my own voice anymore. It's just the voice that I am constantly working with. So I just don't think about it. It's pretty much it. I just don't think about it. All right, so let's highlight this now. I think we got this. So this is what we want to highlight that in green. Is that the right shade of green? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. And then highlight this in yellow. And this is just like an internal thing that I do to keep my head on understanding what progress I've made. If something's highlighted in green, it's pretty much done. If something's highlighted in yellow, it means I've got the voiceover there and like the audio is all edited, but I need to actually edit the visuals in. So this is just it's just a separate document I keep aside from my aside from the original file that just allows me to highlight bits of it and say, okay, I've finished that bit, and this is how much I have to go. But like I say, you know, 5 of 53 pages. There's only a little short segment here about the underappreciation of iMuse and the number of programmers working on it. This video goes into a lot of detail, by the way.
Tragically, it was an underappreciated system and was never really recreated to the degree of complexity it was here. Tragically, it was an underappreciated system.
Let's see which one of these better.
And as a result, was never really recreated to the degree of complexity it was here.
Oh, I like the second one better. It's kind of not too
system. And as a result, was never really recreated to that system. And as a result, was never really system, and as a result was never really recreated to the degree of complexity it was here.
You might notice me like closing my eyes and looking up sometimes. That's just kind of like putting it in a way so I can't. I think because sometimes when you're looking at like where seams are between audio files, you're specifically listening to it. So if I just kind of make sure to not focus on that and close my eyes and just listen to it as is, I want to see if it's like if there's a noticeable shift between the lines. Because I try to avoid that where I can. I want it to feel like a natural flow, even if you know the two parts have been recorded separately and just kind of merged together, like here.
System, and as a result was never really recreated to the degree of complexity it was here.
Which is weird though, because sometimes natural speech does sound like it's been cut together. It's bizarre, but you know.
Underappreciated system, and as a result was never really recreated to the degree of complexity it was here.
I think this is fine. Okay. Alright, yeah.
Because it just wasn't worth the effort. I mean, according to Ron Gilbert, there were something like 2 programmers working full-time just making sure the iMuse transitions worked. And in the end, I guess it just kind of wasn't worth it.
What's this line?
They weren't appreciated.
Oh, it's just like an extra improv bit.
So anyway, about Largo.
Okay. So this is the next segment. It's only five little clips to sort of put together. I've already done that one.
It's here because it just wasn't worth Ron Gilbert. Oops. There were some the effort. I mean, according to Ron Gilbert, there were something like 2 programmers working full-time just making sure the iMuse transitions worked. And in the end,
That's too quick.
Transitions worked. And in the end, I guess it just kind of wasn't worth it.
Alright, perfect. That's a whole little segment there. And that's this bit here that we're going to highlight in yellow. And that also means... this is obviously lots of spoilers for videos, but there's like, you know, it's not like... Okay, that's the wrong one. Page 6, okay. This is just how I keep track of what I've been working on. Don't read too much into it. This schedule of ideas could change at any given time. But that's just what I generally have lined up right now. Ugh. I brushed my teeth shortly before the stream, and I don't know why I made myself a drink. Bit of a mistake there. I was like, oh, I'm starting a stream, I've got to have a drink. Not remembering that I just brushed my teeth. Blech.
So anyway, about Largo. We need to know more about him. And we can learn more from the local townsfolk. At the Bloody Lip, the local bar, the owner explains that Largo is scaring off the regulars, and yeah, I can see that. This place is deader than LeChuck, and he's died twice so far.
That's one of my favorite lines in this video. I really like how that line turned out. This place is deader than LeChuck, and he's died twice so far.
This place is deader than LeChuck, and he's died twice so far.
I think that the first take's better.
This place is deader than LeChuck, and he's died twice so far. Twice so far. Twice so far. So far. During a conversation with the owner, Largo comes in. And he not only demands a drink, but also spits a viscous green wad of phlegm at the wall. And gets the poor guy to hand over his earnings too.
When does the segment end? Okay. The way of fighting back. Alright.
Interestingly, that green drink seems to have served... Okay. Interestingly, that green drink seems to have served to make Largo's spit thicker, and surprisingly aerodynamic.
It's an important detail, trust me.
That might be useful information to know if we ever need to spit long distance.
Foreshadowing.
Still, one thing is a constant in this town. Still, one thing is a constant in this town. Everyone tells you the same thing. And that the... Everyone tells you the same thing, which is that the way to fight back is...
A voodoo doll of Lago Legrand. I want to see if I can layer up different people saying the exact same phrase, but if it's not possible, then it is what it is. Oops. All right, let's see. I'm still unable to create the one thing that could do this island some good. Come on. What was the line that Guybrush says there? Like an all-night tattoo parlor?
Like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand. Voodoo doll. A voodoo doll. A voodoo doll of Largo Legrand. A voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Okay. So that's one. Let's see. Who else mentions it? Oh, hold on. Here we go.
All of Largo Legrand. Voodoo. A voodoo doll.
Here we go.
A voodoo doll of Largo Legrand. You there.
Okay. I wonder if we can layer these up. Might not be, there might be entirely different speeds, which is could be kind of troublesome. Looks like they are. Ooh.
A voodoo doll of Largo Legrand. A voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Yeah, he's a bit slower. The barkeep.
A voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
I think it's still like you can still hear it though. Yeah, it works. Probably how I'll do it is is there a third voice? I don't know. I'm pretty sure those are the only two. It's kind of funny how obvious they made it. Yeah, I think it's good though. Just like adventure game design wise, it really gives you a goal to focus on. Like a lot of adventure games just go, here you go, figure it out, and you're like, what am I even supposed to be doing here? But like this game especially is like, yeah, Ron Gilbert's design at work. I talk about that a lot in Here Is What You... Yeah. I talk about that pretty extensively in this one. Because I've always wanted to talk about the game design of Monkey Island 2 specifically. Which is why I'm really excited to cover it and also kind of afraid to cover it because this is a video I wanted to make for a long time. I don't know if there is a third voice. I'm trying to think, who else is there on this island? There's the... Is Wally say it? I don't know. There's an AL work. Okay, yeah. Have any thoughts on the new Sam and Max? it looks interesting. I don't have VR, but I might get VR at some point. So, you know what? I'm in.
Actually, I'm trying to get off it as soon as possible.
Good luck.
Okay.
With the sailing embargo Largo's imposed on Scab, it's hard to get anywhere. Which doesn't help my business, let me tell you.
I don't think Wally specifically mentioned anything about the voodoo doll. Dog's barking. Bothers you how different Monkey Island 2 Wally is from Curse of Monkey Island Wally? Did they change the voice? Or is it personality-wise? I don't see... I feel like the voice is the same in my... Same actor, but 10 years apart. I suppose that makes sense, yeah. I'll probably notice it more when I get to replay Monkey Island 3. Yeah, I don't think Wally brings up the voodoo doll. Unless... You see, he talks about Big Whoop. No, the four pirates. Yeah, I don't think. Okay. Shit, I forgot the part one was called the Largo Embargo. Mad Marty obviously doesn't talk about a voodoo doll because Mad Marty is, yeah. Mad Marty is Mad Marty.
Strike grog, spit, and swamp mud. That's because I'm Mad Marty. I'm mad about getting your clothes as clean as they can be.
I love this character. But especially when he just mishears you constantly. Oh no.
Would you be able to get out ketchup?
Get out, catch up. What do you want me to do?
Nothing. I've got a laundry type question. Do alterations here?
Alterations? You mean change the numbers on your food stamps? You got some nerve.
He's funny. Largo's voice isn't impressive. I don't know. I quite like the interpretation of Largo. Thanks to the Mixer Mojo April Fool's joke from 20 years ago. I don't think I've heard that one. Yeah, he won't bring up the voodoo doll at all. Dominic Armato did a Largo voice? Oh. What sort of interpretation did he go for? Because I know the one in sort of Cockney. That makes sense. Though that being said, Largo, well, he's named after a city in Oregon, so there's a city in Oregon called La Grande, which is where Ron Gilbert grew up. That's who Largo LeGrand's named after. Well, what he's named after rather than who. I don't think these guys mention anything about Largo. They're just the men of low moral fiber. They're just doing their thing. Neat. Yeah, it's something I basically listened to the whole developer commentary for writing my notes for this, because I did a whole developer commentary for the special edition, and I made sure to listen through and put in the parts that I thought were interesting and relevant. So yeah, and that was one of them. I don't think this guy brings it. Yeah, I think it's literally just anything on the Gilbert Amy Briggs connection. I don't think I do actually. No, tell me about that.
Like a voodoo doll of Largo LeGrand.
Oh.
Oh, that's kind of funny. All right. How I'm gonna do this probably is. Just drag this up a layer. And then cookie cutter. Oh, that's not right. I want square. Your first Monkey Island was Curse of Monkey Island. That's the same for a lot of people, actually. I think that's why it's one of the most fondly remembered ones. Even though some people have some controversial thoughts on it. My first Monkey Island, I don't actually fully remember what the first one was. It was either Tales or Monkey One Special Edition. It was one of the two, because they both kind of came out around the same time. And I kind of got into Sam and Max first. I think it might have been Tales. But it was pretty much around the same time that I played them. So, I don't know. I remember seeing Monkey Island 2 in a computer store. I have a big box copy of Monkey Island 2 now. I found a copy on eBay because in this video I wanted to do a little bit on the copy protection as well, like the code wheels. And actually owning one of the code wheels is going to make that easier to, you know, have visual feedback for it rather than just images. I still don't have a copy of Monkey Island 1 in big box, though. You only have to put the copy protection in 1.7. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, let's just put a slight fade on that. And then this is movie magic at work right here, guys. Oh, I think I've messed this up slightly. I'll fix it in a second. Alright, here we go. I think I've accidentally done a zoom in. Yeah, I have. It's easy to miss these keyframes. Okay. Let's try and get them roughly level. Yeah. Oh yeah. Made a new account because your old one. Oh, what happened? Did something happen to your old account?
Like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Oh.
Actually, I think I'm gonna cut the O off of Guybrush's bed. So.
Largo Legrand.
Yeah. Twitch made a change and made it no longer work. Oh, that's weird.
Like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Okay, that's perfect. That's turned out really nicely. Actually, something I might do though is just move the cookie cutter ever so slightly this way, so it's a there. That's more an even split between the two. There you go. There's some movie magic for you. These two characters speaking side by side about a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand. Lovely. Maybe I should put some text in. I'm not sure what I could do. Let's get that's the wrong folder. That's the Ultra Kill one. Yeah. Let's open up this. And then just let's grab that, crop it. Actually, let's just do one of them, and 1600, 200. And just slap a drop shadow on that. Change the global light. Make it that and that. Hold on. There we go. Voodoo doll text. And then let's just see how this works. Add media. And I can just have that come up Actually, I need to get that off full preview because it's been slow. Alright, there we go. And then let's put a keyframe in the middle, put them on smooth, and just take this one off screen so then it slides up from the bottom.
Like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Actually, that's not how I should just cut it down to, hold on. Put it down to, excuse me. Hello? There we go. Right. I can zoom that in a bit further, actually. Let's delete this keyframe, though. And then do the same thing. Okay.
Like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Okay, I should probably
Like a voodoo.
do this as well.
Like a voodoo. Like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Yep, I think that's pretty clear now. And it looks really neat. Let me see how smooth it is from this as well.
Like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Alright, and then as it so happens, okay, there's only one line here.
Which is that the way to fight back is,
Oh, that's just another take on there.
as it so happens, we did know of someone knowledgeable in the ways of voodoo. But she was all the way back on Melee Island.
I really love Largo's theme. It's one of the themes that gets stuck in my head the most, I think.
Voodoo. But she was voodoo. But she was all the way back on Melee Island. Melee Island.
Okay, this segment from here to here, I think is done. So this is I'm quite looking forward to having this joke ready. So unless she happens to have set up shop in a skull building in the local swamp, we're out of luck. Look, if you can't make yourself laugh with your own writing, then what's the point? Hold on, have I? I haven't actually merged them together, have I? Damn it. Can tell I'm enjoying a small chat to talk with. The Juncut response is well, the Juncut response is, oh, look at that, a skull building in the local swamp. And oh, look at that, the voodoo lady is here. Funny how things work out. That's the one. That's the joke I went with.
About Largo. We need to know.
Ooh.
So anyway, about Largo. We need to know more about him. About him. And we can learn more from the townsfolk. And we can learn more from the local townsfolk. At the Bloody Lip, the local bar, the owner explains that Largo is scaring off the regulars. And yeah, I can see that. This place is deader than...
I do think it's interesting how the voodoo lady is pretty much always where Guybrush is. And I kind of briefly mentioned this in this video, but even back here, you kind of have to wonder what the voodoo lady's game plan is as a character. They touch upon this more in Tales of Monkey Island. Like, they actually make her a player in the game in Tales of Monkey Island, which is interesting. Compared to sort of, especially, I would say, Curse and Escape, where she just kind of turns up for a bit of advice and then you never see her again. I know she's a bit like that in the first game, but in this one, it's interesting. There's just little things that are said about her. In Monkey Island 2 that are just kind of like make you wonder who she actually is. Like, I believe at one point she's told Largo that she's the one that killed LeChuck. Like, why would she tell Lago that? It's just interesting. I don't know if we'll ever know, really, what the voodoo lady's up to. She's like the G-Man of the Monkey Island series.
So far.
Or rather, G-Man is the voodoo lady of the Half-Life series.
During a conversation with the owner, Lago comes in. And he not only demands a drink.
The fact that I drop my T's halfway through a word sometimes means that sometimes not only becomes not only or nonly. So you can hear that here.
And he not only demands
nonly. I think it's possible.
Drink, but also spits a viscous green wad of phlegm at the wall.
You can avoid the voodoo lady completely. Yeah, you can. I don't think I mentioned that in my video, but yeah, you can do that. There are 2 occasions when you can talk to her more significantly, and I quite often miss the second occasion. The first occasion I usually go for because, you know, it's kind of iconic, but yeah, the second one is like after Elaine's kidnapped, you can talk to her, I think, and she gives you some advice then. In the playthrough I used for my Monkey Island 1 video, I didn't actually go to her for the second time. I think I mentioned that you can go to her, but I don't think I actually got footage of it.
The wall, and gets the poor guy to hand over his earnings too. Interestingly, that green drink seems to have served to make Lago's spit thicker and surprisingly aerodynamic.
It's just me hinting at a future puzzle, or future puzzles, plural.
That might be useful information to know if we ever need to spit long distance. Still, one thing is a constant in this town. Everyone tells you the same thing.
I hit that button there. You always accidentally click play from the start.
Everyone tells you the same thing.
Oh, okay. I don't actually need that.
Everyone tells you the same thing, which is that the way to fight back is...
Oh yeah, it must have been confusing for the people who missed her, definitely. But I feel like it would have been harder to miss her, like, back in the day. Because obviously with a lot of old adventure games, you'd probably turn over every stone because you didn't have a walkthrough. So I imagine most people at least found her. But there's probably 1 or 2 that didn't, which is interesting to think about.
As it so happens, we did know of someone knowledgeable in the ways of voodoo, but she was all the way back on.
Now, hold on. I think I already merged them together. Yeah. Alright, here we go. So this is another segment that I can just grab and... Oh, let's just... yeah. No, let's just move it this way. Over to here. So, roughly speaking... This is a very messy way of doing things, but it'll get cleaned up. I've made videos like this before. And we still have... like... I still have over 2 hours of voiceover to get through. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. I mentioned about her lying about being the one to kill LeChuck. I just wonder about her. I have no idea what the plan with the voodoo lady ever was.
Oh, look at that! A skull building in the local swamp. And oh, look at that! The voodoo lady is here. Funny how things work out.
I quite like that take.
Oh, look at that! A skull building and... Oh, would you look at that? Oh, look at that! A skull building in the local swamp. And oh, look at that! The voodoo lady is here. Funny how things work out.
I think I prefer the first take on that one. Funny how things work out.
I feel like there's a lot more to her than meets the eye in this one too. Other characters, including Largo, mention talking to her. There's even a point where you find out that she lied about being the one to kill LeChuck.
It's during the Largo showdown. So it's skipping ahead a little bit when I use that clip, but you know. I just think it's interesting to bring up. Alright. Where is that bit then? I wonder what Telltale's plan for was. I have no idea. Ron Gilbert was a consultant on Tales, wasn't he? I have to wonder if he said anything. Oh man, this is where is the bit where Guybrush takes on? Nope, that's way too far because that's Governor Fat. She must have wanted LeChuck's essence for a reason. See, I have my own personal headcanon on that. And it's also the direction I would consider taking the series, but I don't know. See, my thoughts is that like maybe there's some kind of like cosmic balance where Guybrush and LeChuck kind of constantly have to be in combat with each other. And she just wants to maintain that balance. That's literally the only explanation I can think of. Yeah, pretty much. Guybrush and LeChuck have to be in combat for there to be more Monkey Island games. Yeah. And if it were up to me, I would also have a funny... I just thought this sort of funny throwaway line at the beginning of a new Monkey Island game that could come out where it's like Guybrush saying a whole bunch of different versions of LeChuck that he's fought, like that we haven't seen. Just like completely random ones, like the Yeti Pirate LeChuck, just stuff like that as a throwaway. I just think that would be funny. I don't know. Just detailing weird and bizarre ways that LeChuck has come back. They did that in Tales, yeah, a little bit. He was a walrus once. Did they? I need to replay. You like my pitch for a new Monkey Island game? See, I probably would go very meta if I did a new Monkey Island. If I was in charge of it, I would probably have like here's the thing. It would be Monkey Island 3, but it would also be Monkey Island 6. It would be both at the same time. It would basically acknowledge that there was always going to be a different path for the games and kind of find a way to reconcile the Ron Gilbert vision with the vision that eventually came out of LucasArts with Curse Onwards. I don't know how that would work, but I think it would be a really neat, funny meta. It's kind of like what Crash is doing at the moment. I also thought of a title for what I would want to do. I would call it something like The Fate of Monkey Island. Just because I like the sound of that. I just like the way that sounds. What did I was looking for? I was looking for the showdown with... Like, The Fate of Monkey Island sounds like a finale.
And you'll be able to escape LeChuck.
Oh, yeah, here we go. The Power Rangers theme on the... Oh, yeah, yeah, I know which one you're talking about, Magnus. God. Yeah. It's interesting how... Yeah, Monkey Island 2 didn't have Monkey Island in it. I know they retconned it, so Dinky Island was just, like, pretty much off the coast. And the carnival itself was on Monkey Island. But that's a retcon. That wasn't the intention during Monkey Island 2. So I don't see it as having Monkey Island 2 in it. Like, there's actually a point in this video where I say the video could have been called The Secret of Dinky Island. I said the game could have been called The Secret of Dinky Island, because that's pretty much what it is. It's not a Monkey Island game. It's a Dinky Island game. And Tails didn't either. Yeah, definitely. Monkey Island 2 is actually totally compatible with a giant monkey robot having been in Monkey Island 1. Really? That's interesting. Please do go on. I want to hear more about that. Because for me, I cannot... No Monkey Head, no Monkey Island. Okay. Monkey Island 1 has a couple of cut rooms inside the Monkey Head. I'm going to have to look into that. Was it actually cut from Monkey Island 1? Not between the Monkey Island, with the Monkey Head close-up and the... That is weird. I have to look into that before I talk about Escape.
Fortune teller said she did in LeChuck.
She did she?
See, yeah, this is the point where this is probably the most interesting bit of characterization that we get for the Voodoo Lady. Is this bit.
The fortune teller said she did in LeChuck.
Why would she say that? What reason would she have to say that? It just makes me wonder. They also said that Herman and Two-Throat thing was another old idea. Huh. She think Guybrush on his journey. I guess that's technically. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Technically, that could be the interpretation. She takes responsibility for defeating LeChuck because she said. Editing, yeah. She's the one that refills the root beer in the vending machine. Is that a canon thing, or is that just like something you just came up with? Because I like that. So a big mug. It's a glass with juice in it. It's a kind of glass tankard thing. Maybe more of a stein. Is this a tankard or a stein? What's actually the difference? Don't tell Weird that I'm asking this question. You'd be upset with me. It's your own headcanon. I like that. I like that as a headcanon. Like the fact that she's the one that put the it would actually explain why the random root beer actually did the trick as well. Stein should have a lid on it. I think you're right. Yeah. So this is a tankard, a glass tankard. But of course the joke is it's root beer. Yeah. I got it. Alright, Voodoo Lady. Alright, and this is where we find out the recipe.
It makes you wonder what her game plan is as a character. It makes you wonder what her game plan is as a character. It makes you wonder what her game plan is as a character.
There's 3 takes of that one. I think that that third one is quite, yeah.
But this isn't an idea that is capitalized upon, and but this is an idea that isn't capitalized upon, and but this is an idea that isn't capitalized upon, and but
you gotta love when you're recording voiceover and just constantly can't get the line right.
But this is an idea that isn't capitalized upon until much later in the series. But this is an idea that isn't capitalized upon until much later in the series.
Actually, I like that better.
As always, though, she's a very fun character to interact with.
Excuse me?
We're here to find out about voodoo dolls, though. And she instructs Guybrush in the creation of one.
What?
And she instructs Guybrush in the creation of one. And
Okay.
she instructs
So the way I pronounce instructs there is a bit weird, but I think it's fine. All right, yeah. Here we go.
It makes you wonder what her game plan is as a character. As always, though, she's a very fun character to interact with.
And then I just need a clip of let's just get that out of the way. Clip of the voodoo lady doing voodoo lady things. This is the swamp. Just a funny voodoo lady line. That's just me looking at the different things. Okay.
Oh, you from somewhere?
Ah, we often forget those who help us most.
We do?
It was I who told you how to do away with LeChuck. I told you where to find the voodoo anti-root and how to turn it into the powerful, ghost-dissolving potion you needed.
Technically, I missed that in the last game, but yeah, it's an optional dialogue.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
You wanna know what I think's really funny about Leilani Jones-Wilmore voicing the voodoo lady in the Monkey Island games? It's the fact that she also played Malia Getty in Gabriel Knight 1. And Malia Getty, in herself, is also a voodoo lady. I just find that really amusing. How they got... for some reason, in adventure games, this actress just always plays voodoo ladies. Multiverse confirmed.
Tell me about this Largo guy.
He's a weak little man who bullies this whole island around. Most people are afraid of him because he was once LeChuck's right-hand man.
Yeah, but LeChuck's history. I got rid of him myself.
True evil can never be destroyed completely.
That's an interesting...
You will see.
That's an interesting way of phrasing it as well. Like, when you look at some of her lines in this game, in context of, like, the twist that you have in Tales of Monkey Island, you do start to wonder what the intention was.
Why don't you just put a curse on Largo?
I've tried. My most powerful magic lies in voodoo dolls. But to make an effective doll, I need some items from Largo's person, and no one's brave enough to go get them for me.
What kind of ingredients do you need for the doll?
How much Ron Gilbert loves time travel puzzles?
And something of the dead.
Hey, that almost rhymes.
For the thread, I need...
Thanks.
Now go.
Did I didn't actually ask her how's business or anything. You once said I put time travel in every game I ever worked on, including Monkey Island. That's interesting. I guess you could say that Monkey Island has time travel because of the ending of Monkey 2. But yeah, I wonder what goes on in that man's head sometimes. I wish I could learn all his secrets. What's a good line to show from this bit then? What resides in the LucasArts vault? That's also a good question. Is there another point where I talk to her? Because I think There must be preview isn't coming up. So Pig Biter. Oh, hold on. I don't think I ever asked her how's business. I might have to re-record that later. I've got plenty of saves, so I can just re-record any bits I need. That's fine.
To interact with.
I'll just leave a gap there for now and sort that out at another point. I'm just laying things out at the moment, so...
Oh, look at that! A skull building in the local swamp. And oh, look at that! The voodoo lady is here. Funny how things work out. I feel like there's a lot more to her than meets the eye in this one too. Other characters, including Largo, mention talking to her. There's even a point where you find out that she lied about being the one to kill LeChuck.
The fortune teller said she didn't, LeChuck.
She did she?
It makes you wonder what her game plan is as a character. This is an idea that isn't capitalized upon until much later in the series. As always though, she's a...
My voice breaking on Funny How Things Work Out sounds perfect for that line. Yeah, I was going for that. Sometimes going up in pitch just kind of makes kind of like a comment with that tone. Just pop. Just makes it pop.
Racked with.
Alright. So I'm going to need a line there, so I'm going to leave a gap for the time being. I think I forgot to ask her extra questions before I solved puzzles, and then she wouldn't let me talk to her anymore. That's the trouble sometimes. So that's that bit done. This is highlight that in green. And hide this in yellow. Just thinking about voodoo dolls.
We're here to find out about voodoo dolls though, and she instructs Guybrush in the creation of one. Well, starting at the back end, there is a cemetery.
Okay. What do I need? I need her talking about... the ingredients.
Something of the thread.
Here we go. Yeah, I put a vote up for different titles on my Patreon, but it was pointed out to me that one of them it was one of the titles for the video I had in mind was Adventures in Sociopathy, because Guybrush is monstrous in this game, but so someone just kind of pointed out it might not be the best idea to kind of medicalize the character like that. So I decided against it in the end. It didn't win the vote anyway, but Much Stranger Tides still feel... Yeah, I like Much Stranger Tides.
Something of the thread. Something of the head. Something of the body.
I love this.
And something of the dead.
Hey. That almost rhymes.
I'm going to include that bit as well. Oh, that goes here. Now with 100% more jerk-ass. Basically, I kind of just stuck with calling him like a jerk. I think that works better anyway. It's not necessarily that there's like something wrong with him, like there's not a mental health issue with Guybrush. He's just an asshole. He's just an asshole. That's pretty much it.
And she instructs Guybrush in the creation of one. of one.
Something of the
Creation of one.
something of the thread.
Asshole pirate hero. Yeah, he is terrible though. Like, actually writing about all the things that he does. Like, yeah. You want that line in the video. There's nothing wrong with Guybrush, he's just an asshole. I basically say that in different words. But I mean, there's... What does he do? What does Guybrush do in this game? He nails, like, Stan inside a coffin, which he doesn't get out of until the next game. Gets a chef fired. Yeah, that's one of them. He steals Wally's monocle for, like, most of the game. Puts a rat in the soup. Yeah. Takes the chef job. Doesn't do the job. Leaving Wally blind. Escaping prison is one thing. That's not a bad thing, I suppose. But, you know. Steals a dog. Yeah. Steals a monkey. Steals Elaine's map. Steals a lot of things. Cheats in a spitting competition. Gets Kate put in prison. The list is so long. He's so terrible. And I comment on that a lot in it. He's like, he's just a terrible, awful person. Well, the thing is, like, the narrative supports that as well. Because, like, Elaine has left him because the person that he became through all the fame and fortune wasn't someone she wanted to be around. Ron Gilbert and Tim Schafer's in, yeah. I could see that. He does want to be a pirate. Yeah, and the thing is, the reason Elaine liked him in the first place was because he was nothing like a pirate. He was pretty much the exact opposite of a pirate. And the more he becomes like a pirate, the less she's interested in him. Like, that's my read on it. Because she does not care for him at all in this game. He is quite an anti-hero. Like, he's saving the Caribbean from a horrible undead pirate, but, you know, he is also ruining the lives of several other people in the process. Something of a has-been. Yesterday's news. Yeah. I mentioned that. I think that's early. I mentioned that quite early on. Where is it? Yeah, Guybrush is washed up, is how I refer to him. Self-centered and self-serving, yeah. It's very common amongst Monkey Island 1. Guybrush is a lot nicer. Definitely. He still has his moments where he can be a little bit iffy, but it's not on this level. Monkey Island 2 Guybrush is just a bad person. I'd knock it on. Yeah, he poisons the poor dog. They're sleeping, but they're sleeping. They definitely soften him for the other games. Like, Curse Onward, he's very much a lot more like he was in Monkey Island 1. Although, I will say that in Escape, I find him a bit smarmy. Yeah. I think there's something about him in Escape. He seems a lot more smug. It's kind of like a different level of married life influence. Maybe. I don't know. Very consciously return to Monkey Island 1 Guybrush. I can tell. You can tell that they wanted to kind of recreate Monkey Island 1 in Curse. Probably because Monkey Island 2 was so weird and off-kilter that it turned some people off, especially with the ending. But I love how weird and off-kilter this game is. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I've got this. And this is... Curse is your definitive Guybrush. I don't personally agree. I like Curse. I kind of like Guybrush as a completely horrible person. I think it's a very compelling character in that way. Though he is very still entertaining, like in the other games. I can't deny that.
Well, starting at the back end, there is a cemetery on the island. Perhaps someone related to Largo died there. We're in luck. And as it happens, we're in luck. Grandpa Legrand is ripe for the taking. And the bones of Grandpa Legrand are ripe. And the bones of Grandpa Legrand are ripe for the taking. We just need a shovel to do some.
Or at least he's dead there. That's probably would have been a better way to put it, but it makes sense. So I'm not gonna bother too much about that.
Digging now.
I was thinking like, he didn't die there, but he died on the island. Yeah, you know. He still does some bad stuff in that. He steals a gold tooth, steals a map. Oh yeah, the map thing in Curse of Monkey Island. That one's nasty. Like the peeling the sunburnt skin off that guy's back with the map on it. That is like the grossest puzzle in any adventure game. It's absolutely nasty. I love it.
But where could we find one? You might recall the first place you met Largo, there was a sign.
Originally, Guybrush had to peel off Meat Hut's talking tattoo for the recipe and part. Oh, that would have been interesting. It does kind of sound like for a lot of the later Monkey Island games they were reusing cut ideas then. Okay, what? Okay.
Well, starting at the back end, there is a cemetery on the island. And as it happens, we're in luck. You might recall the first place you met Largo, there was a sign.
Alright, this is all I need. Okay. And then I think I recorded an extra clip for this because or maybe I didn't need to. Well, either way. I think I used this for my Pirate Doom video actually. Alright, here we go.
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
The models look weird because the engine was intended for Grim Fandango. Yes. Yeah, it's the Grime engine. That's actually the reason why before I get to Escape from Monkey Island, I'm going to do a video on Grim Fandango as well because I feel like it's just a natural progression to go from one to the
At
other.
Largo, there was a sign.
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
All right.
I guess there aren't any shovels around then, unless. If you look at the sign carefully, that sure is a rather three-dimensional. If you look at the sign carefully, that sure is a rather three-dimensional shovel, is it not? Actually, it's not just a facsimile.
I like that I got the word facsimile in there.
That is a shovel, which we can just take because it's not very well attached.
I quite like this shovel. And this is where I talk about game design a bit as well. Because you don't think to take the shovel, because it doesn't look like a shovel to begin with. It looks like a sign.
It's interesting design-wise. It's really interesting design-wise as well. The shovel is placed in a way that means you don't necessarily think to take it straight away. Only when you realise you need a shovel. In 2004, as part of his Grumpy Gamer writings, Ron Gilbert wrote a blog post titled Why Adventure Games Suck and What We Can Do About It.
I love that blog post so much.
Detailing a number of common issues that crop up in the genre and how to design them better. One rule indicates that puzzles should generally be found before the solution, like if you've got a problem.
Okay, actually this is just through here. Hold on. Grim Fandango is a marvelous game, yeah. I adore it.
And how to design them better.
And then this is a live action bit, so I'm just gonna let's just take these. And then put that there.
Well, starting at the back end, there is a cemetery on the island.
Let's get this pacing right.
Perhaps someone related on the island. Perhaps someone related to Largo died there. And as it happens, we're in luck. And
the biggest mystery of Monkey Island is how you can trim those audio tracks with such precision. Practice.
we're in luck. And the bones of Grandpa Legrand are ripe for the taking.
Grandpa Legrand. I have like there's a better one later on that I like a better way of referring to them. What did I say? There we go. Largo, having nabbed a piece of Largo's Legrandpa. I was so proud of that. That came in one of my later drafts. You know, I know what you think, yeah. You've got your specific take on the Secret Monkey Island. I have my own thoughts on it. No Man is an Island. See, that kind of relates to what my personal thoughts on it as well are. I'm not sure. This isn't a fully fleshed out theory, but my thoughts are that Monkey Island itself, as the island, is a living being. It's an actual. It's alive. It has a consciousness. I'm not entirely sure what that would mean for the series. Perhaps the conscious manifests itself in different ways, but the crux of this is like when you go into the catacombs in Monkey Island 1 and you find all those sort of living body parts. Like there are eyes in the walls, there's beating hearts in the walls. Why would there be living organs in the caves of this island? And my thought is because it's alive. I haven't read on Stranger Tides actually. The fact it keeps you aware, yeah. If Monkey Island itself is the catacombs bit is heavily derived from the book. Oh, I didn't know that. I would have to read that then. There's a swamp maze in the Everglades leading to the Fountain of Youth. Right.
Digging now, but where could we find one? You might recall the first place you met Largo, there was a sign.
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
I guess there aren't any.
Oh damn it! It's just okay. I was hoping I'd get a better view of the sign, but I can probably figure it out. The Herman backstory. The thing is, I mean, I don't like the Herman backstory, but it at least like makes sense as to why he's on Dinky. I don't know. I can't really rationalize it that much. Even weird a bit whether people visiting the fountain relive moments from each other's pasts. Oh, that's weird.
I guess there aren't any shovels around then, unless. If you look at the sign carefully, that sure is a rather three-dimensional shovel, is it not? Actually, it's not just a facsimile. Not? Actually, it's not just a facsimile. That is a facsimile. That is that is a shovel. Is a shovel, which we can just take because it's not very well attached. It's really interesting design-wise as well. The shovel is the shovel as well. The shovel is placed in a way that means you don't necessarily think to take it straight away.
Catacombs with body parts feel like something taken straight from the novel. Okay. I still have to wonder what reason they have for being there though, and I think it's a living creature. I think the island's a living creature of some kind of being, perhaps, you know, a deity even. I don't know. Just something along those lines. That's where my belief lies. The reality warping kind, yeah. The early Monkey Island 1 design docs say the catacombs are hell. The monkey god. Perhaps. Perhaps something like that.
Only when you realize you need a shovel. In 2000, only when...
An Eldritch Island, yeah. Monkey Island 2 gets a lot weirder and more metaphysical with Big Whoop. I love Big Whoop as like a concept. It's like... The fact that it's called Big Whoop and it amounts to nothing is just so good. Because it's like... It's right there in the title. How could you be mad? They literally called their, like, the lost treasure, this doesn't exist. And then it doesn't exist. And it's supposed to be this big shocking revelation. And it is shocking somehow, but it's right there in the name. I love it. It's so good.
A shovel. In 2004 was part of his Grumpy Gamer writing. Wrong.
I tell you what actually is interesting though. There is let me just find the image. In the hint guide for Monkey Island 2, let me find the image. I saved this into my folder because I mentioned it briefly in the video. Here we go. See, here you can see. This is the map of the tunnels. Vast amounts of unobtainable wealth. They're apparently behind, yeah. Cropped out the asterisk bit. Oh, but that's just a bit from the wiki. Found only in the hint book. Oh, okay. I might have to workshop that a bit then. But yeah, this is like... that's the only image I had to hand. I didn't actually crop that out myself. I'll still mention it, but I'll probably just re-record that bit then.
Ron Gilbert wrote a blog post titled Why Adventure Games... I'm a writing. Ron Gilbert. I'm a writing. Ron Gilbert.
I need to spread that out a bit more.
Ron Gilbert wrote a blog.
Bit more.
Ron Gilbert wrote a blog post
A little bit more.
Ron Gilbert wrote a blog post titled Why Adventure Games Suck.
The original image is in red because the red gel him.
Suck and what we...
Interesting.
Suck and what we can do about it. Detailing a number of common issues that crop up in the genre and how to design them better.
I don't think it's any, like, surprise that, you know, Ron Gilbert's quite critical of Sierra's design philosophies in general. It's almost like I almost imagine like making YouTube with my own videos. It feels like that sometimes. Sometimes when you get bored with editing, you just mess around with stuff like that. Not a good thing to do necessarily, but hey.
One rule in...
Hold on. Where are we? Ah, here we go. This, and then this in green. And this in yellow. We don't have that yet. And then we have one rule indicates, and then next step on the ladder. So this is the next segment we're editing together. The Why Adventure Games Suck manifesto is actually from 1990. He just republished it online. Oh, really? I actually didn't know that. I might have to put an asterisk on it and say, originally published this day, but released online on this day.
One rule indicates that puzzles should generally be found before the solution. Like, if you've got a problem...
He wrote it while making Monkey Island. That makes sense.
One rule indicates that puzzles should be found before... One rule indicates that puzzles should generally be found before the solution. Like, if you find a problem... and then later see or remember an item that may be... Like, you find a problem, and then later see or remember... Like, you find a problem, and then later see or remember an item that may be key to solving it. The shovel is a good example of this. By making it By making it a sign instead of just a shovel out in the open, you're less likely to try picking it up. Okay. By making it a sign instead of just a shovel out in the open, you're less likely to try picking it up until the idea of digging is planted in your brain.
Okay. That's just the hair. Alright.
Scab Island in general fits these guidelines really well. End objective needs to be clear? Check. You're told right from the beginning that you're on the search for Big Whoop. You're told right from the beginning that you want to search for the lost treasure of Big Whoop.
I actually like that better.
Sub-goals...
Oh, hold on.
Sub-goals need to be obvious? Check. In order to leave the island, you need to get rid of Largo. And the sub-goal beneath that one is the production of a voodoo doll with all 4 components.
When the rolling demo came out, the game just stopped when Guybrush found the chest. Really? I actually didn't know that.
It's all very clear, especially in comparison to the often aimless wanderings of classic Sierra titles.
The entire finale sequence was not implemented. Huh. Interesting.
In Monkey Island 2, you end up with a chain of things that need solving, and it's clear what you have to do to reach that next step on the ladder.
Alright, there we go. This is the next bit to put together. Just get this all in. There we go. Bunch of Lord of the Rings reference in this game also. Because of the Eowyn connection with Secret. Okay.
One rule indicates that puzzles should generally be found before the solution. Like you find a problem and then later see before the solution. Like you find a problem and then later see or remember an item that may be key. Like you find a problem and then later see or remember an item that may be key to solving it. The shovel is a good example of this. By making it a sign instead of just a shovel out in the open, you're less likely to try picking it up until the idea of digging. You're less likely to try picking it up until the idea of digging is planted in your brain. Scab Island.
It's got to do a bit more of a. Originally puzzle where the door to LeChuck's office was opened by pressing glyph shape like CBM. Commodore business machines to make Amiga. Huh. Interesting.
Scab Island in general fits these guidelines really well. End objective needs to be clear? Check. You're told right from the beginning that you want to search for the lost treasure of Big Whoop. Sub-goals need to be obvious? Check. In order to leave the Whoop. Sub-goals need to be obvious? Check. In order to leave the island, you need to get rid of Largo. And the sub-goal beneath that one is the production of a voodoo doll with all 4 components. It's all very clear.
Yeah. I stand by all this. It's all very clear.
It's all very clear.
How have I been this week? Yeah, not bad. Talking to Spiffy and Monkey Island 1, pick up the dog in Monkey Island 2. It is interesting that Spiffy can, like, talk, I guess.
Yeah, especially in comparison to the often aimless wanderings of classic Sierra titles. In Monkey puzzles. In Monkey Island 2, you end up with a chain of things that need solving, and it's clear what you have to do to reach that next step on the ladder.
Okay. All right then. Oh yeah, I'm planning to do the whole woodchuck bit on camera because I can do it. But I want to do it quickly. Sounds like a Dave Grossman type of joke. I see what you're getting at. Okay. What's the next bit then? I'm not a thief, I'm a pirate. Yeah. Oh.
Me.
Oh yeah, this is where the pants fall. I'm just gonna do like a sort of, this is pretty much funny.
Funny.
Have I ever read Captain Blood? I haven't.
Funny. Anyway, having...
What? I keep grabbing the volume line.
Anyway, having nabbed a piece of Largo's Le Grandpa... I think we should take a closer look at Woodtick itself. As the other three things we need are found across this town.
Tim Powers once said that everybody writing pirate novels was basically stealing from Captain Blood. Interesting. I'll have to have a look into that then.
First of all, the woodsmith. There isn't a lot you can do with this character initially. But there is this exchange I would be remiss if I didn't mention at least once. I
think I kept getting this line slightly wrong. I kept saying at least once. I'm like, why do I need to mention this more than once anyway?
But there is this one exchange I would be remiss if I didn't mention at least once.
I kept saying that, and I don't know why, and I kept catching myself saying it. Like, why would I say that?
But there is this exchange with him I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention.
That's it. That's the one. Guybrush losing trousers and revealing white briefs, yeah. Versus polka dot. Yeah.
But there is this exchange with him I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention. Oh, this bit is iconic. I actually have this pretty much memorized. And I can get through the whole sequence pretty fast.
All right. Where is it?
A woodchuck.
I just need to grab this.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I love this bit. Where does it go? It goes after... Okay.
Initially. I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention.
Okay, it goes here. And then the rest of this goes along here. And then... Oh, shut up. I love it. Where's the... Quarantine tomb? Oh, God. Oh yeah, that's the hint for the key at Stan's place. Stan's Cozy Crypts.
Devil Jim McDowell. Hand of steel, leg of wood, Jim took every risk he could. A life of action, that was Jim's. Too bad he ran out of limbs. No man commanded Jean-Louise, not on land and not on water. John did whatever he did please, until he kissed the gunner's daughter. There once was a girl named Carrie, who thought that she soon should marry. She went into town and flirted around. She didn't get wed, she got buried.
Oh, Jesus. That's dark. I don't think I've ever, like, really registered that one before. That is a dark joke.
Marco Largo Legrand. Hell on sea or sand. The good news is, he's dead. The bad news is, he bred. Thrifty Dig. For the treasure hunt.
Alright, I just need to grab the clip of him, of his trousers falling down. It's a very brief clip, actually. Maybe the special edition. This isn't the special edition. This is Ultimate Talkie. So this is running off Scum VM. Though there is some speed issues with this version. Well, the only major one that I noticed actually was it's the bit where you nail Stan in the coffin. The bit we seeing is that bit is dependent on speed. On the speed of the computer, and when Guybrush does the nailing, it's really fast on modern computers. Like you like, it's just ridiculous. I don't know if I can find exactly where it is. Well, that's where Stan is, but I don't think we nail him into the coffin until... Actually, if we go to where... Okay, so there's... Scab Island coffin. So it has to have happened before this point. Right. I think it might be... Before here, this is Fat Island. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what this is trapping Stan in the coffin. Whoops. Yes. There's two chesters, isn't there? Yeah. The version that I'm using, the Ultimate Talkie, uses the original Chester, but they actually did record lines for both versions of the character, which is interesting. Oh, hold on, where's the bit where he nails him in? Here we go.
I hear you knocking up there.
Oh yeah, there we go. Look how fast this is.
Than my kitchen.
It's ridiculous.
I hear you knocking up there.
Sounds like another secret to your mind. Could be. Can I get this to work with the time? Because this is a very fast switch between. Not a fan of Curse of Monkey Island Stan. I'll need to see what I think when I replay Curse. It's been a couple of years, so. Well, what I'll probably do here actually is go full. Oh. Excuse me. Okay. Guybrush pants. If I take a freeze frame, I can just kind of do a zoom in. There's some like dispute over whether this joke is funny in the developer commentary in the special edition. I mean, I think it's kind of funny.
Funny. Anyway, having.
I wonder.
Funny. Fun.
South American Tanuki subscribed at tier 1 for 2 months. Thank you for the subscription. And yes, I will try my best to keep up the good work.
Anyway, having nabbed a piece of Largo's Le Grandpa, I think we should take a closer look at Woodtick itself.
We need to give that a bit more breathing room.
As the other 3 things we need are found across this town. First of all,
can you tell me about voodoo?
First of all, the Woodsmith. There isn't a lot you can do with this character initially, but there isn't a lot you can do with this character initially, but there.
Yeah, the Woodsmith isn't used for any puzzles in like the first part of the game. He's just kind of there. But he does get used for. Well, you got to get him away from his like place when you saw Frank's peg leg. So
initially, but there is this exchange with him. I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention.
How much?
I'm going to turn that funny clip into a recurring meme. Maybe. If people like it. I don't know.
Oh, this bit is iconic. I actually have this pretty much memorized. And I can get through the whole sequence pretty fast.
Okay. No Stan's theme stuck in my head. I just cut that back a bit. For some reason, I'm kind of craving a banana right now. Not sure why. Maybe it's because I'm editing a Monkey Island video. Like, want to eat a banana. I don't think we got any in the house. Alright. So for voiceover, I've now covered... How many? 9. I'm going to see if I can get up to 10. There's actually 53 now. Okay. I'm going to get up to 10 and then I'm probably going to take a break or possibly do something else for a bit because brain getting tired and I've been on this for nearly 2 hours. It's been good to do a bit of work on this on stream though. I feel like I've gotten quite a bit done. I might just do a few streams a week of editing just to, keep myself on track with this kind of thing. Because sometimes I just get distracted and I really don't want to.
The inn seems like a good place to rest your boots. Or it would be if Largo hadn't taken up every room. We could snoop around, but the innkeeper won't let us.
Ooh.
He also has a pet alligator. That's probably noteworthy.
Getting distracted is totally okay. Yeah, I wish I didn't get as distracted as I do sometimes.
Pet alligator. That's probably noteworthy.
Oh yeah, that's an important thing to know about something Guybrush does. He lets a pet alligator loose. Editing's nice for you as you're drawing. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that the people enjoy this, because I don't know if this is interesting to watch at all. It's mostly for me to these editing streams.
That's probably worth keeping in mind. That's probably noteworthy.
I think I did 2 different versions. That's noteworthy, or that's worth keeping in mind. I think keeping in mind is the one I want to do in the end.
That's probably worth keeping in mind.
I like that better. I'd like to run through the crimes of the defendant. Do you know the wanted poster on Fat Island actively updates with everything that you do? I just think that's a really fun detail. And the funny thing about it though is that it actually records your jailbreak from Fat Island immediately after you do it. So you're like, you break out of Fat Island jail, and then already you broke out of Fat Island jail on your wanted poster, and it's like, how do they know that? I love it. It could be like a bug, but honestly, I think it's funny that it's immediate.
The cartographer Wally B. Feed is also not a fan of Largo.
Who? I love Wally. He's such a good character.
As the sailing embargo means the mapping business isn't as lucrative. Because, well, people aren't really going anywhere. Also, this joke with Wally is great.
Yeah, there's a great joke.
With Wally is great.
It's the open heart surgery joke. That's just all there through there. Okay. Let me just grab that. Grab this. This game was my the special edition of this game was my introduction to Wally, so I was surprised when I saw him turn up in Curse of Monkey Island. Actually, I was like, oh. It's like a cartographer. Because the order I played the games, I think, was Tails, and then Monkey 1 SE, Monkey 2 SE, and then 3 and 4. You acknowledge things and no one saw what you're doing. Yeah. There's a thing where it's like you wanted in suspicion of stealing Wally's monocle or something as well. That's something that's mentioned, I think. What are we looking for? Looking for... Where's the open heart surgery joke?
Excuse me.
Oh, yes. Hi there. Can I help you?
Hi, I'm Guybrush. Who are you?
Wally. Wally B. Feed.
What does the B stand for?
At your service.
I have some questions about Scab Island.
I think it should stand for Bernard, as a reference to Maniac Mansion.
Why? Thinking about
And I feel like he's kind of a similar character.
moving here?
Actually, I'm trying to get off it as soon as possible.
Good luck. With the sailing embargo Largo's imposed on Scab, it's hard to get anywhere.
You know anything about this Largo guy?
He's just the local hood. Shakes down. Nobody comes or goes from Scab because there is no governor on Scab. This is an anarchist cooperative of pirates, cutthroats, and other criminals. A haven for roughnecks and rebels like me.
I just love how he's like... He pretends he's like a tough guy, but he's just this sweet little cartographer dude. I love Wally.
The only authority on this island is that bully Largo.
I'm looking for some room and board.
Well, I hear there's a new chef down at the Bloody Lip.
For the lowdown.
Any time.
Do you know anything about Big Whoop?
Okay.
Uh-oh, who sent you here?
The IRS.
I should warn you, I'm heavily armed.
I was sent by the IRS. Let me see your files.
The who?
You will remind me that Wally was willing to use that love bomb when inspecting lady. That's true. I mean, that's mostly an excuse to get Guybrush out of the... Who is not named in the published version. Oh. Is there a name in some other place?
You better not try for my files. All my research on Big
Address
Whoop is in
originally?
there.
I actually do make a joke about it. A joke about it being addressed to Guybrush, I think. And later in the video.
Are you looking for Big Whoop too? No, I'm looking for it, and that's about it.
The merchant vessel Elaine.
Yes, I know about. Actually, I do know about that one. I don't think Guybrush pushes Wally. Does it? I think it's more that Wally's monocle falls into the sea, and then he goes to grab it, but falls off the raft. I think that's what I understood from it. At least that's what I heard.
Went down in a terrible storm.
Elaine?
Only 4 crew members survived. They washed up on a remote deserted island. Some say its name was Inky Island, but I don't believe that. 'Cause there's no such island. Whatever it was so... They took the map they made of the island.
Here we go.
What do you do here?
I'm a cartographer.
You do open heart surgery? In here?
No. I'm a cartographer.
I just, that joke is so stupid and I love it. Like, Guybrush, buddy. Come on.
I'm a cartographer.
You do open heart surgery? In here?
No.
I love how, like, unintelligent Guybrush can be at times. Like, he's devious and cunning, but also incredibly stupid sometimes.
If Largo hadn't taken up every room, we could snoop around, but the innkeeper won't let us. He also has a pet alligator. He also has a... The innkeeper won't let us. He also has a pet alligator. That's probably worth keeping in mind.
Okay, I'm going to shift this slightly this way.
He also has a pet alligator. That's probably worth keeping in mind. The cartographer...
Let's give this a bit of breathing room.
The cartographer Wally B. Feed is also not a fan of Largo, as the...
Ooh.
As the sailing embargo means the mapping business isn't as lucrative, because, well, people aren't really going anywhere. Also, this joke with Wally is great.
I'm a cartographer.
I can just put that here, actually. Yep.
Also, this joke with Wally is great.
I'm a cartographer.
You do open heart surgery? In here?
No.
Okay. That goes here. And then there would be another bit. Obviously the timing right here in the video isn't quite right. It says this will be 20 minutes into the video. It'll probably be a bit shorter than that. You're probably looking at around here or here. It's probably still like 15 minutes in, and I'm still just talking about wood tick. This is going to be a long video, guys. It's going to be a very, very long video. I'm excited about it, but just it's daunting to get through this. I mean, look how I've done like 2 hours of work in this stream, and I still have 2 hours of voiceover to get through. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot. Although weirdly, the amount of voiceover that I recorded is about the same for this video on the Monkey Island 1 video, but the script is a lot longer. So I can only assume that either I'm speaking a lot faster in this one, or I flub my lines a lot more in recording for the original video, which I think is probably more accurate. Because I don't think I sound like I'm going too fast here, honestly. Okay. Okay. Need another Wally clip. Where is it? Where's the bit of the Wally? That's the cemetery. You can tell things aren't quite in chronological order as I'm telling them, but, you know.
So cute when you lay people try to understand geography. I could try to explain it, but it would probably just go over your head.
You know, I could just sit and talk about maps all day.
Hey, me too.
I'm going to use this clip. Oops. Copy. Because I need a clip for this bit.
So stupid. Oh, Guybrush, you're so stupid.
Oh, that was actually a little improv bit I added. I don't think it's necessary.
Oh, we love Wally. He could do no wrong. Oh, we love Wally. Oh, we love Wally. He could do no wrong.
I'm going to like that better. That's the wrong way.
Is that all you do? Make maps?
Well, I do some restoration work too. I paste them together, recopy them, paint little cupids in the corners. You know, artsy-fartsy stuff. Maps are very, very important.
I'm sure they are. Well, goodbye.
Okie dokie.
What's the bit where he insults me then? Is it the latitude and longitude thing?
That's what Magellan thought. Sorry, cartographer joke.
Actually, I prefer to...
Maps are very, very...
Oh. I just spotted a hint for one of the puzzles in this dialogue. Captain Dread says he needs his necklace, which was an eye that has seen the world. And then Wally literally says, my eyes have seen the whole world. I mean, I kind of allude to that, but I missed that actual direct hint right there. I'll use that clip in the video to highlight it. But my god, that is actually really obvious. The reason you give Captain Dread his monocle is because it's an eye that has seen the whole world. It's clever.
Is longitude the sideways one, or is that latitude? I can never remember which is which.
It's so cute when you lay people try to understand geography. I could try to explain it, but it would probably just go over your head.
Oh, so that's how it is then. After I called you adorable and everything. That's it. You've lost vision privileges.
I love that joke.
Also, that's how it is then. After I called you adorable and everything. That's it. You've lost vision privileges.
It's just me, how I explain me taking the monocle early on.
I actually feel super guilty about this. I actually feel super guilty about this. I actually feel super guilty about this. I actually feel super guilty about this.
Yeah, it's meant to sound harsh.
Yeah, we're gonna learn pretty soon that the Guybrush of this game is more willing to be a terrible person than he was last time. It's actively encouraged to. Like, Guybrush in Monkey 1 could be a bit of a jerk, but Monkey 2 Guybrush is a whole new level. The game actively encourages you to be a mean, conniving, cheating little bastard of a man.
I like that line too.
He's such a stinker, and I love him. He's such a stinker, and I love him.
I think I'm gonna keep that little giggle there because I think it just tickled me.
Anyway, you can also meet Mad Marty here, who runs the laundromat. He's certainly interesting.
Alright, I'm only going to go up to the end of this page, though. I'll probably just go up to the end of this Wally bit.
Oh, so that's how it is then. After I called you adorable and everything. That's it. You've lost vision privileges. Actually,
I need to show a clip of him. The monocle being taken for this.
Hey, where's my monocle? I can't see a thing without me monocle.
And then probably this bit where he's like,
Where is that thing? I swear I put it right here. I hope I didn't lose it. I'll never be able to afford a new one.
it's that line that breaks me. I'll never be able to afford a new one. This poor guy.
How am I supposed to work?
Oh god, it's so cruel. Oh god. It hurts. It hurts.
I hope I didn't lose it. I'll never be able to afford a new one.
Full Throttle gives you some very aggressive solutions to puzzles. I'm yet to get around to Full Throttle. It's one that I want to play at some point soon. Lock door, kick it in. Nice.
I actually feel super guilty about this. Yeah, we're gonna learn pretty soon that the Guybrush of this game is more willing to be a terrible person than he was last. I actually feel super guilty about this. Yeah,
let's give this a bit of breathing room, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna learn pretty soon that the Guybrush of this game is more willing to be a terrible person than he was last time. It's actively encouraged to.
Yeah, I think that the main LucasArts adventure games I still need to actually sit through are Full Throttle's one of them. The Dig is one of them. I have played the Dig, and I don't know. I think I got to the alien world in the Dig. I don't think I played much further than that though.
Excuse me. What else? Zack McCracken, I guess. I haven't beaten Maniac Mansion before, but I have played it. Yeah, I think that's the 4. That's the 4 I still need to play, really. Zack McCracken, Maniac Mansion, Full Throttle, and The Dig. All the other ones I've played through. And I think even of them, I've at least put a little bit of time into some of them. Like, oh, who is this? Who is this person? Get out! Get out of here! That's pretty much it, Magnus. He became, he killed LeChuck, got big on his own ego, he got rich and famous, just became a bit of a jerk. 2. Like Guybrush in Monkey 1 could be a bit of a jerk, but Monkey 2 Guybrush is a whole new level. Whole new level. The game actively encourages you to be a mean, conniving, cheating little bastard of a man. He's such a stinker, and I love him. The game actively He's such a stinker, and I love him. Love him. Okay. And that is this segment. I'll do some more involved edits with the, I think probably like a zoom in on Wally's face as he gets more and more distressed about his missing monocle. But for now, what I'm gonna do is, alright, highlight that in green, highlight that in green, highlight that in green, highlight this in yellow, highlight this in yellow, and then roughly speaking, we've gotten 10th page done, so that's about 20% of the video laid out. Well, 20% of the voiceover laid out. If I can get more and more of this done, we'll see how things go. Oh, but I think I'm gonna wrap the stream up because I need to take a break from this. I don't really feel like streaming anything else right now. I was thinking I might stream something else, but my brain has been working, and now I just want to kick back. I want to kick back and see if I can hang out with my girlfriend for a bit. And if I feel like it, I might do a bit more writing on a video as well, because writing is a bit easier, I think. At least sometimes. But either way, I'd like to thank you guys for coming along to this stream. It's been really helpful, and I got quite a bit done. Probably more than I would have gotten done if I hadn't done this stream, honestly. I think this one's coming along quite nicely. I think this video may end up being the best thing I've ever created. The amount of detail I put into the script, like the bits of research that I've done, all the things I put in, and even one of the jokes I've edited already, which I edited really early on, I think is really, really good. I think the writing's turned out really well on this, and if the editing all goes well too, this might just be the best thing I ever make. I mean, you can say at least until you do the next Monkey Island game, but you know, I don't think I'm going to top Monkey Island 2, because Monkey Island 2 I think is the best game. And there's so many interesting things to talk about. So I think this is going to be my best video. I think what I'm working on right now is going to be my magnum opus. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I'm the ultimate Scarfulhu. It is. But either way, I'm gonna send a raid over if you guys are interested in seeing someone who's actually playing video games, i.e. not me. Let's see. Oceans is streaming TF2. What? Weird is streaming Sonic 06. Itzamar is doing Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. Oh, you know what? We're gonna send. I Actually, is weird. Is he still? You might be wrapping up. I don't know if he's wrapping up the stream. I think it looks like he's wrapping up the stream because it's about the time that he wraps up the stream right now. So I probably won't. All right, Itamar is doing. Is Itamar ads, man? I swear I got it. If Weird raids me, I'm gonna be so upset. Itamar still going. So yeah, we will raid. Oh, what the hell is he playing? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna open up this, and then, oh god, I can see myself. All right, thank you all for coming along to this stream. We're gonna raid Amar. Say hi from me. In fact, try not to just find a way to scare him. He's played a jump scare game. Find a way to scare him. I don't know. I think he's got a thing to scare people. I don't know. Say boo when it hits. Say boo in all caps. That'll scare him. I'll scare him real good. Let's see if we can get above the 5 threshold. Oh yeah, looks like we're readily in that. And yeah, I'll send this right going. Thank you all for coming along. Bye bye.